Hey everyone! Today I am making a unicorn themed card using this little unicorn from the Unicorn Ice Castle stamp and die set by Flora and Fauna. And I am creating this card for an Instagram hop called This or That Instagram Hop, and the theme for this week is unicorn or dragon. So I chose unicorn because I had this cute little unicorn stamp. So I stamped it with Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and I'm using Ohuhu markers to color it. And I left the stamp in place on my MISTI so that I can go over it again with black ink after I'm done coloring. So I chose to go with a purple unicorn this time. And then for the mane and the tail and the horn, I'm actually going to come in with some Wink of Stella. A friend of mine recently used some Wink of Stella on one of her videos, and it reminded me that I have one Wink of Stella pen, and it's gold. When I bought it, I thought it was clear, and I got home, I went, oh, because I was just wanting some clear sparkle. So I think I maybe have only used this pen once, but I decided, you know what? Let's add it. So I'm stamping over that with VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. And then I am going to heat set it with clear embossing powder. And then you'll see in a moment here is where I actually come in with the Wink of Stella pen. I was just testing it in that top corner first just to make sure it was working properly. And it's got a brush tip on it, which is really nice because it can get in some of those finer areas. And again, like I said, I think I've only used this pen once. So once I'm done coloring it, I will hold it up here and you can see a tiny bit of shimmer on there, but really I noticed the next day it's like way more sparkly than when it was first colored. And now I've got my Paper Rose stitched rectangle dies and I'm gonna cut this out, but I wanted to make sure my rectangle was big enough to add the sentiment that I wanted. So I'm also going to do a slightly larger layer, which I'm just cutting out there, because I thought it would be nice to add some gold. I had thought I was going to use this purple card. I don't actually end up using that. But I thought with the purple and gold unicorn, with some white background there, I thought, well, why don't I just add some Wink of Stella on the edges of this matte layer so that it is layered with some gold sparkle. And again, the video doesn't really do it justice yet as to how sparkly it really is in person. But I'm happy with that. So now I'm going to stamp my sentiment. So I'm just lining up my die on there just so I can make sure that I have enough room for my sentiment. And the sentiment is from a Forever in Time stamp set. And I just simply stamped, "Have a magical birthday." So it was taking me a little bit to get the sentiment lined up properly, so I'm just coming in with my eraser on the end of a pencil there just to move it and get it lined up, and then I'm using my VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink to stamp that, and then I will heat set that with clear embossing powder as well. And then I will attach that rectangle die in place and run it through my machine. So there it is, all cut out. Had a little smudge on there, so I just took my sand eraser and got that off. Now I'm lining it up and seeing and thought, that's too much purple. So I thought I'd see what it looks like without the purple. But then I thought, you know what, maybe a little bit of purple would be nice. So I'm just gonna glue that in place and then I'm gonna see what it would look like with a smaller purple matte layer. And I decided to grab just a piece of that purple cardstock and the next size up from the rectangles and go die cut that out and then see how that is. And I like that a lot better. So again, using my art glitter glue to adhere everything in place. And I'm happy with how this turned out. I'm just going to add a sentiment on the inside. And for the inside, I chose the sentiment that says, "Do you feel that? That's me sending birthday hugs and kisses," because this is going to a friend's little girl and she calls me Auntie. So I thought this was a sweet little card for her. Anyways, thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful, peaceful day. And you can check out Instagram and look through everybody else's creations on the This or That Hop featuring unicorns or dragons.